What up, guys? Welcome to the Pacific Revisions, hockey's best podcast about the Pacific Revision Division. It don't matter. My back from IR is the greatest podcast to ever live. We were on IR for a week. We apologize. I am back. I am one of your hosts, Miguel. Hi, hello. How are you? Alongside me is my co-host. Say hello, Eric.
Don't recommend getting COVID. Let me tell you. I know, hot take, but COVID, not good. Not good. Everything still hurts me, Let me just tell you that much. I'm happy to see you. If my voice sounds like crap, I apologize ahead of time, but we're working our way back. You know what I mean? We gotta go through PT, get our reps in with the podcast and talk hockey, right?
Exactly. And talk hockey we will, Eric. What
Good.
should be a glorious week for you, Eric.
Yeah,
You
it should
are
be.
COVID free.
Yeah.
You are a promoted man at your job.
I am. Director.
And one of the greatest LA Kings retired, and it was announced he's going to get his jersey retired, and he's going to get a statue built of him, Dustin Brown. But yet, Eric, there's anger in your heart, is there not?
There is. I'm annoyed, Miguel. So yesterday,
Please tell me.
the LA Kings announced that Dustin Brown is getting his number retired up to the Raptors, and along with that, a statue outside of Staples Center. Oh, I'm sorry, Crypto.com Arena.
Crypto.com Arena. First statue to be built for crypto.
Yeah.
Because the other ones were
No, I know.
already
Yeah,
existent, is what I meant.
I get it. But like, look, ecstatic news happened in the morning yesterday. Very happy. Go on Twitter. Go on Reddit. Absolute shitstorm by everyone, mostly in Canada. Let's be real, Miguel. What's the thing we talk about all the time? Being two boys in the best time zone in the West. Let alone two boys in where no ice naturally exists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that no one pays attention to us unless something happens.
No one pays attention to us, yeah.
Miguel, you're a victim. People were just shitting on you. Future consideration.
Oh, the only time people pay attention to Vegas is when they're doing something stupid.
Yeah, or circumventing the cap, getting Jack Eichel. Like, these Canadian fans are jealous. And once again, these Canadian fans are jealous. These are our beloved neighbors to the north, all right?
Yes.
Why is Dustin Brown getting a statue? He doesn't deserve it. He wasn't even the best king on those Stanley Cup teams. Let me tell you something, all right, Miguel? Let me tell you something. And actually, let me start off with this. I saw one particular tweet, all right?
Yes.
And maybe we can get this person on. I don't know. I don't know what kind of reach we have. But the tweet was from Andrew Berkshire, all right? And he's a host of Game Over Montreal. And he works with the Steve Dangle podcast network.
What an appropriate name for Montreal, if you know what I mean.
But his thing is, like, if we thought the Nashville hanging regular season champions banner was funny, we now have a new winner, Dustin Brown getting a statue.
No, they didn't say that.
Absolutely. That's the one that got me. Where I'm like, all right, that's enough. And look, Andrew, I'm sure you're a nice guy. You know what? I would love to have you on here if it's possible. I'll extend this out to you. You know, I just want to ask you one question. Why do you hate the Los Angeles Kings? And why do you hate my personal happiness? Because when I saw this news, it made me so happy. Dustin Brown. I said it on the playoff preview with Dan, all right? Because, it was an important storyline, Dustin Brown's final series, and it was. And it basically comes down to this for me. Like, Dustin Brown is not the best king ever, all right? In terms of best player of all time who's worn a king sweater.
Okay, there's this guy in the 90s, right? That played for LA Kings.
Wayne something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Wayne Newman? I don't know. Either way.
You have Kopitar, Luc Robitaille, Marcel Dion, Jonathan Quick, Kelly Rudy. Like, you can keep going, you know what I mean? All people you could say are better than Dustin Brown. Sure.
And
go ahead.
Quick was probably the best person to wear that jersey during that cut run.
Oh man, he was crazy in 2012. But
either way,
I'll say, Dustin Brown is not the best king ever, but he is the most important king in franchise history. Before him, and it's really like him getting drafted, like, signified a change and everything. It created the first core. It was the first piece of the core that led to 2 Stanley Cups to a franchise that had no success. Before Dustin Brown, 0 cups. Like, we could talk about the importance of, like, Marcel Dionne and the Triple Crown line. Wayne Gretzky coming to hockey and the importance that did. Like, Wayne Gretzky coming in is part of the reason the Mighty Ducks exist, you know, the Coyotes, like, these franchises that aren't in traditional hockey markets. I understand that to the greater good, but to the Los Angeles Kings, Dustin Brown is a signifier of finally some success. He was a captain for 8 years. He was the second ever American-born captain to ever lift a cup, and he's the first one to touch the cup. Like, his statue isn't just about him. His statue is also about signifying the first time this franchise had any success. So, look, Canada, you can stand on your high horse with your Montreal because you're 110 years old, your Torontos, your Edmontons. But the fact of the matter is, Dustin Brown is beyond a shadow of doubt the most important king in my mind. Like, hands down, and I'm so happy he's getting honored. And the statue is going to mean a lot to a lot of people who look, Gretzky again during that timeline, but people my age, too young for that when that happened. Dustin Brown for a lot of people were that first introduction of meaningful, successful hockey in
Like,
Los Angeles.
I feel like, as a former Kings fan, despite him not being the best player on the ice, I felt like he went the hardest for the Kings. I feel like this man literally bleeds Kings. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't necessarily feel that way about other players on LA, but like, to me, he is the LA Kings. Like, you don't have to be the best player on the team to be the best representation of that team, and that's what I feel Dustin is. He is the LA Kings.
Yeah, and I feel like
all these years.
I feel like he was the perfect captain for that situation where, like, it's not like the traditional thing of you just make your best player the captain. Like, he was just the Kings. Like, he was the embodiment of what the Los Angeles Kings were during success. And during
I just feel like, as great as he is, like, Anze's quietness and like kind of laid back demeanor, like, that's why I wouldn't say like, oh, Anze is the LA King, like, embodied, like.
But they're two different people, you know what I mean? There's
And that's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
It's the
like,
whole,
I'd put Drew Doughty up there, like, with Dustin, but it's still, like you said, it starts with Dustin though, for sure.
It started with Dustin Brown. Like, Dustin Brown was the first draft pick. Then it was Kopitar and Quick in 05, Doughty in 08. Like, that created the foundation that eventually led to the Cups. And a bunch of other moves that eventually also happened. But those were the ones. And look, Dustin Brown is no slouch during that 2012 run during the first. I believe he had 20 points in 20 games, if I remember correctly. And he had like 93 hits in 20 games. Like, that's insane too.
Yeah.
Like, that was so important. Like, the one thing you remember for that cup run is that hit on Daniel Sedin in round 1 against the Canucks. The President Trophy winning Canucks, the 8th seed going against them. And that rocking hit, like, just it like exemplifies the steamroll that team went on somehow. And I can't underestimate the importance of Dustin Brown to LA, and even Dustin's wife. Like, they work a lot with the Junior Kings and kind of expanding that, and I'm sure they're going to continue working with the organization and the city. And I get fucking people not like connect. Like, if you're outside looking in, I get it. You look at his stats, and I have them. Like, there aren't the most impressive. He has the most games played as a King. All of them played with LA. First in hits, 6th in goals, 8th in points. You know, like, he's up there within like the top 10 of most stats, leading a couple of them too. And nothing of it stands out, but the importance of him goes on and off the ice. Like, I don't think you'd ever sell that, and I'm excited. It's gonna be a good celebration once you see Dustin.
Assuming you will be there, right?
I'm absolutely gonna try to be there. Those things are gonna be expensive. I think I saw the resale market so far, and looking at $1,000, but they haven't released all the tickets yet.
Oh, that's rough.
But you haven't released all the tickets yet. Like, they're saying, like, I'm assuming this is just season ticket holders who have them. But
yeah, of course.
Ooh, boy, it's gonna be a hot ticket to get, but who cares? I mean, it'll be worth it. It'll be good. I'm excited. But stop shitting, Canada. Stop shitting on my happiness. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, they haven't had a player worth building a statue for in a very long time, so I get it. Uh,
I mean, Toronto's going to probably have to build a statue for Austin Matthews to stay. By the way, Austin Matthews to LA 2024. It's going to happen.
nah, he's going to Arizona. He's
No,
100% here.
he's not.
He's going to revive hockey in Arizona. So, Eric, I'm
Yes.
happy for you and the Los Angeles Kings.
I'm glad one person is.
There's a monumental trade that happened in the NHL while we were
Yeah,
gone.
Yeah, I remember seeing this go down. I think I had a 104-degree fever at the time. And it's the kind of trade that makes you double check, you know what I mean? Am I getting trolled? Does this account?
I know Seattle freaking got Oliver Bjorkstad. Nuts, man.
Only for a third and a fourth.
Only for a third. Monumental.
Honestly,
Seattle making history.
honestly, hot take. This might be Seattle's best trade in franchise history.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't name you another good trade they've made.
I couldn't either.
They traded away eventual Stanley Cup champion Curtis McDermott for a fourth after the.
What did they trade Giordano for?
Like a sixth, I think.
Yeah, this is their best trade ever.
This is easily their best trade
Either
ever.
way.
Congratulations, Seattle. This is your high point.
But for real, like, the monumental, big trade. Maybe not monumental, big trade. Matthew Tkachuk said that this is the second thing that we missed last week. We couldn't speculate where he was going to go. He's like, "Fuck you, Calgary."
I would have gotten it
trade
wrong.
me.
I would have gotten it wrong.
I would have too. Florida. So Matthew Tkachuk was traded to the Florida Panthers, in case you were living under a rock, and a conditional 4th-round pick for Jonathan Huberdeau, Mackenzie Weegar, Cole Schwindt, and a conditional 1st-round pick in 2025. Holy smokes, man!
What do you think, Miguel? What do you think about this trade?
So I see a lot of people saying that Calgary got fleeced.
No,
I don't see how.
No, it's the other way around. People are saying
they're saying Florida got fleeced?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Florida got fleeced. I think Florida got fleeced.
You think so?
Matthew, a great player.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, not only did Calgary get Jonathan Huberdeau,
Mm-hmm.
they got Mackenzie Weegar, who's a very good defenseman. I don't know anything about Cole, but then you throw a 1st-round pick. It's probably going to be a late-round 1st-round pick, but it's still a 1st-round pick.
So Cole Schwindt is, I believe, a 3rd-round pick in 2020. So, I mean, if you want to see it like they got a 1st and a 3rd on top of it. Like, look, Florida, it's a high price to pay. Also, this seems like a very, like, I've been playing a lot of NHL 22 because, again, have not left the house in like 2 weeks. I finally got to go outside this week. It was very nice. But this seems like a very much a trade I would do in GM mode. By the way, recently won the cup with Seattle in that. 5 years, Seattle. You have time to tie me in that. But it's usually a trade I'll do. You know what I mean? You trade a guy who, like, man, resigning these people are gonna be a lot. They have 1 year left. I don't think I'll be able to do it next offseason. Let's go look for a young guy who's already locked into term. That's basically what Florida did.
And that's the thing about Florida. Like, I don't know how people, like, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. Like, on paper, Florida got fleeced. But when you put those factors in, like, oh, they got to re-sign people, they're not going to be able to keep all of them, then it doesn't look so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it gives you peace of mind if you're Florida.
And you get a great player in Matthew Tkachuk.
Who's young. I think he's 25. Like, Barkov is 26. Like, you have a sick first line with Tkachuk, Barkov, and whoever the hell you want on that right wing.
Matthew Tkachuk, 24.
It's even better.
24.
And he's locked up for 8 years. And the cap will go up eventually, so that's going to make that deal even better. And
the biggest question to me is, as great as Jonathan Huberdeau has been, will you be able to succeed in a Calgary?
I think he will.
That isn't as stacked as Florida is.
It's not, but they're still pretty deep. Like, they're still going to miss Johnny Gaudreau. The fact that he's not there.
That's the thing. I like, no Johnny Hockey, no Matthew, clearly, because Matthew's part of the trade. But you know what I mean? Like,
no, but you still have guys like Blake Holman, Tyler Toffoli, Elias Lindholm, who's going to play on the top line with them. Like you have guys there who you can kind of maneuver, and if they get this, look, this trade 100%. We don't know yet. Like I remember people asking me during during the week on our forums and stuff. Like, who do you think won? I'm like, well, Calgary won because they were desperate and they got something. They got a guy who scored 115 points in Jonathan Huberdeau. Calgary's defense is fucking sick when you add Uyghur on top of it. And like, it's crazy that the most expensive guy on Calgary right now is Sean Monahan at 6.25.
Yeah.
And he's on the last year of his deal. Lucic is on the last year of his deal. So that opens up $11 million next year. And, those guys who've been playing way under, overvalue, basically, eating up way too much of the cap for their production, they'll be gone. So if you can convince Huberdeau and Uyghur, and they did say at the press conference that they're both willing to work on an extension, this is a sick trade for them. It's a great trade for Calgary, especially in the situation where you had not a lot of leverage with Tkachuk, who basically announced to the world that he wanted to leave. And if you're looking at this from Florida's point of view, you're looking at two guys who you're probably not going to bring back. For better or worse, like Jonathan Huberdeau is going to require a lot of money you probably don't
Yeah,
have.
I mean, they could have brought back, I think, Jonathan Huberdeau.
I don't know. They're already $3 million over the cap with just Tkachuk. So if you factor in Huberdeau getting a raise, because he's only making 5.9,
yeah,
and Uyghur getting a raise, and he's only making 3.25.
Well, I mean, no, they wouldn't have been able to keep Uyghur, or it had to be one or the other for sure, I think.
Yeah.
But
and I think, like, man, that's a lot of resources recently that Florida's wasted. Like, they don't have a first round pick until 2026, but the entire team that they have is pretty young. So it really depends on, like, can you find like good depth guys like they have with like Anthony Duclair. They recently brought in a guy like Rudolph Balcers, who kind of played pretty good with San Jose. Like, he might be a guy who just gets better because, he might be their Mason Marchment, who left for Dallas and signed a 4.5 deal. And you're like, man, this guy's good all of a sudden. And because Florida has that kind of forward depth where people can kind of develop and kind of the way they play. But they also have a new coach. Don't know how that's going to translate.
I mean, the biggest thing killing Florida is Bobrovsky.
It's $10 million.
I don't think he's worth $10 million.
No, God, no. Like, he had a pretty good bounce back year, but he is.
Yeah, he did. But it's at this moment, it's the outlier and not the norm. You know what I mean?
You know what I saw recently? I saw a little graphic that said that Carey Price is so far the only $10 million player to make it to the final. Like, if you have a guy, yeah, he did lose, but he's the only guy to reach that point. So like, McDavid hasn't reached it yet. He makes like $12 million. Austin Matthews makes 11. Bobrovsky makes 10. Drew Doughty makes 11. Erik Karlsson makes 11.5. Barkov's going to start making 10 next year too. So maybe that changes if Florida can get over the hump. But it's kind of wild that if you kind of eat up that much cap into one player, you probably don't have enough space, especially with the cap.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Especially with the cap being the way it is. That hasn't changed in like 3 years. It makes it that much harder to construct a winning team.
Well, that's actually pretty nuts. That's a pretty crazy stat.
Yeah, but like I like it for Florida. It's a lot to give up. It's a fuck ton to give up, but you have stability. You know what you're getting. Calgary has the hard job now of they succeeded in getting something for Tkachuk in a situation where they had no leverage. Now can they sign them, or are they willing to go into next year and have to do this all over again?
Here's my question now.
Yes.
Losing Johnny Hockey, losing Matthew Tkachuk, adding Huberdeau, adding Uyghur.
Mm-hmm.
Is Calgary Flames still a playoff team?
Yeah. Because I do think this is way too fucking early, Miguel, to make any.
It is way too early.
But I will say
this is just an initial stats.
I think it's 4-4 from the Pacific and the Central and the West. And
I think
out of the Pacific, out of the top of my head, it'll be in no order: Vegas, Edmonton, LA, Calgary. Because I think defensively,
that's pretty solid. But the only thing I will say, I agree, there's still a playoff team. I just think they're a wild card playoff team now instead of a bona fide 1 or 2.
Like a lock in the top of the division. Yeah. Like it's wild. Like, but I don't know. They still have time. They still have to re-sign Andrew Mangiapane and Oliver Shillington.
Mangipani.
But they have like $9-ish million to work with.
Yeah.
And like again, next year they're losing $11 million like of cap room. So they'll be able to maneuver stuff. They'll be able to offer Uyghur and Huberdeau, and you can build stuff like that. Like Huberdeau had 115 points. He had a fucking great year, and you're getting a top 4 defenseman who could probably play your top pair. And their defense is sick. I do like Calgary's defense a lot. Noah Hannafin, Rasmus Anderson, Chris Tanev, and Uyghur as your top 4. Pretty good. That's pretty good. And Jacob Markstrom, man, if Jacob Markstrom can be regular season Markstrom and not playoff Markstrom, that Markstrom is good enough to give you a round win. But as we saw, he's also bad enough to lose you.
Yeah.
A fucking round. So I don't know. I still have confidence in Markstrom, but man, losing to your biggest rival like that in 5 and just getting walked and worked repeatedly, they have a lot to prove. And it might be the like having Huberdeau and Uyghur have chips on their shoulders along with the rest of the team. Like they're definitely one of the most interesting teams. Like you can convince me that they would make the playoffs easily and win a division, or just miss it like Vegas did last year, where they just run out of steam.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. And but you said it's way too early for that. It was just an initial thought.
Yeah, and my gut tells me they'll make it, just because like again they got good value for this. It just depends on what do they do from here to kind of bolster their depth.
I mean, last season they made it as what, the number 2 team
in the conference. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they were also by and far the healthiest team.
Yeah, and that matters.
So that does matter.
You would know more than anyone.
I would know more than anyone
how much injuries can derail you.
Boy, they can do some damage, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Nazem Kadri still has not signed with a team, and according to rumors, he is no rush to sign at the moment.
I do appreciate him like waiting the entire week before we got back.
I do too. I honestly believe he is not getting the offers he thinks he should get.
Oh man, let me tell you how much money do you think he makes? And then I want to give you a fun fact.
How much I think he was making in Colorado, or how much do you think he's going to get?
How much do you think he wants to get in free agency?
I think he wants to get 9-10.
All right. So if he has $9 million, if he wants $9 million, here are the teams that have enough space right now.
Yes.
Without making any moves. Calgary, Detroit, Chicago, Ottawa, New York, the Islanders, Dallas, Buffalo, Arizona, and Anaheim. Out of those teams, like realistically, he should probably go to Calgary.
Correct, because he also said he wants to go to a contender.
I mean, New York would be interesting. The Islanders would be interesting. They have the space.
Know.
They have the space, and like Barzal Kadri would be pretty good. Lou Lamoriello is the one who signed him to his last contract in Toronto before he got traded. So there's a connection there with him. And
I mean, it'd be interesting for sure, but
I feel like the Islanders have been missing on every fucking free agent.
I'm still banking. I'm still saying Anaheim is where he's going.
I think they need him
though. Do they need him? No, but I mean, that's a good name. They can afford him. It's not gonna hurt their pockets.
They need a. You know what's funny? They're under the cap floor, so they do need to sign somebody for like at least $5 million.
That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, he's going to Anaheim. You can take this to the bank.
He's going to He's going back to Colorado.
No, they can't afford him.
How much space does Colorado have? They have $3.9 million. You're telling me they can't trade away Eric Johnson, who's making $6 million?
Yeah, but
you trade away Eric Johnson, you're good.
When are their freaking contracts coming to an end, though?
I mean, you could just trade him away. Make his plan. Come on, Miguel.
Right now, doesn't always work.
Well, because you did it too much. You did it too many times.
Yeah, Vegas went in a little too many times.
Let me ask you, which trading away the player, you're like, all right,
Bro,
We played it too much.
next year, Calgary, Colorado has to sign JT Compher, whatever, Andrew Cogliano, Darren
Whatever.
Helm,
Whatever.
Alex Newhook,
Young guy still matters.
Eric Johnson,
You could say goodbye to him.
Bowen Byram,
He matters.
Andreas Englund, and Nathan McKinnon,
Oh, Nathan McKinnon's about to get paid.
who is only making 6-3 right now.
Best contract in the NHL. Like, that's the one most exciting. Like, I wonder when they're gonna announce that, because he can sign an extension now if he wants to.
McKinnon's gonna be a
But-
$10 million player, is he not?
Oh yeah.
Or you think he's gonna pull what's it called?
Like a Crosby,
A
take a
Sidney
little less.
Crosby, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because he won. In my opinion, he won the cup. Get your money. You know what I mean?
Honestly, they have $26 million, and the only guys they have to worry about is McKinnon, Byram, and Newhook.
Yeah, at this point, fucking Colorado's lucky they got Kale for 9.
Oh, I know. That's a steal. That's a steal. But like, yeah, like they have $26 million.
When down the road, way down the road, freaking Carlson's making whatever he's making. Dowdy's making 10,
No, Doughty's making 11.
11.
Carlson's making 11.5.
And Kel at what, 21 years old is
9
fucking making, 23 years old is making 9?
I am happy that Doughty like he had a good year before he got hurt and was out for the year. Like people stopped shitting on him as much.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
look,
I agree.
I'm not an idiot. I know that contract's bad. It's a
Well,
lot of
the
money.
other reason people stop shitting on Drew Doughty is because just Eric Carlson just has looked much worse in
Thank
comparison.
you, San Jose. You finally did something right. Yeah, that one's bad. That one's bad. But also it's a combination of like Vlasic making 7 and unmovable. Brent Burns was making what, 8? But luckily
Yeah.
they were able to move him to Carolina. Like, man. This is when you should pay players a lot. Like McKinnon's in his prime. Makar is basically in his prime. Like this is when you should be overpaying people. Not when they're like 29, 30, 31, you know what I mean? Which is why the Kadri situation is so interesting, because he's a hell of a, second line center. But you really want to pay a guy who's 32 like 7 years?
Yeah, you don't.
Money. It's a lot of money, but yeah, I don't know. Like it'll be interesting, but I think, Colorado's proven that they know how to work their cap. That Joe Sakic is kind of smart, so I'm not too worried. Like we said, like they have to sign 3 people. Like this is why I think like Colorado Tampa right now is like easily the head on favorites for a rematch in the final right now, because I don't think anyone's close to those 2 teams. Not yet, at least. Who knows? But I don't know, man. I don't know. When do you think Kadri? So you think next week we're still like, well, Kadri still didn't sign?
I think Kadri. Let's see. Let me look at my calendar.
Again, no one has fucking money. Like I gave you the list. No one has money.
Because I mean, what, training camp don't start until September.
Yeah.
He signs August 17.
August 17th. All right, book it now.
Mark that. August 17. He's signing.
Mark your calendar, people. August 17th. Kadri signing somewhere. Colorado. Calling it.
With my luck, he's signing tonight as soon as we end this podcast.
Hold on, I'm gonna check Twitter right now. Unless you want to transition us to our next thing.
Do we have a next thing?
We always have a next thing. Let's see. Actually, Miguel, you know what I want to talk about?
What?
You Collectors Lobby, youtube.com/Collectors Lobby. Hit YouTube channel. Also on TikTok, same thing, Collectors Lobby. I kind of want to talk to you about hockey cards.
Let's do it.
Because
I am obsessed with hockey cards, so
I do love that randomly at like 11 o'clock you're like, guys, I want to buy some hockey cards.
Yeah, I get the itch very often. Get the itch very often.
So I want to talk about something you recently did. You got some cards graded.
I did get some cards graded. For those who don't know, I'm Miguel. I run this YouTube channel and TikTok that it's called Collectors Lobby, where I open up sports cards, mainly hockey. It's pretty much all hockey. I do want to open other stuff eventually, and I have recorded other stuff, but then I end up deleting it because I just feel like it's not good enough.
Uh-huh.
And my community is pretty much hockey. But So you can grade cards, and if you never heard of this, you send it off to there's a few companies out there. PSA, Beckett, and SGC are the main ones. I'd use SGC because right now the top two are Beckett and PSA. They got like they pretty much have like almost a stranglehold as far as value goes for their grades. Although PSA as of recent is starting to fall from grace, where if you pay, I think they recently lowered it to $18. You pay $18. You send your cards every $18, and the card can't be worth more than $1,000 like value. Otherwise, you gotta pay more money. And they're like, "We're gonna grade your card, and you'll get it back in 5 to 6 months." I'm not sure what the Beckett turnaround time is, and they're pretty much the pristine thing. They grade tough, so 10s in Beckett they mean a lot.
Yeah.
And then SGC is growing, is getting up there. Where right now, $25, Eric.
Okay.
Doesn't matter the value of the card. It can be a $10,000 card. It can be a $2 card. $25, and you'll get your card back in 5 to 6 business days.
That's fucking fast.
5 to 6 business days. So I went with SGC because it's quicker. It's, I believe, in the next months to 2 years, SGC will be valued as far as card values, grades will be up there with Beckett and PSA. It's climbing. It's getting there quick.
So how about
how
about you share with the folks some of the cards you
for the first time ever, I sent 6 cards. I've never graded before because one, it was too expensive for PSA Beckett. The turnaround was so much, and I just didn't think. But now, the more I get into hockey cards, the more I see also the value in graded cards, and not just because if it gets a perfect 10, it's the value of the card skyrockets. But also it's just cool to have your cards in case, and they come in this. And it's gonna be for pretty much YouTube.
Hello, YouTube. How's it going?
But for those listeners, thank you so much.
I'll describe it to you. Don't worry.
Yes.
Don't worry, listeners.
I got to take out the background because then it won't work. Ignore the mess.
Those Funko Pops are available for sale. Just leave a comment down below or reach out to me at @_Erick Oriana. I will give you a price.
They are for sale, actually. But
on all those Funko Pops right behind Miguel.
So they come in these cool cases. You take the card, SGC grades them on a 20-point system, which means it can go anywhere from a 0.5 to a 10. Where PSA grades on a 10-point system, 1 through 10. They don't do 0.5 stuff. I agree. I think the 0.5 system is better. Either way, this is a Spencer Knight Young Gun card. French variant. I was really hoping for a higher score. I got a 9 on this one. Raw, this is about a $40 card, and a 9, it's about a $100 card, give or take.
There you go. What's your favorite one that you've sent in and got graded?
So I sent in 6, and my favorite one, I mean, it's got to be, I pulled this on TikTok, this Jeremy Swayman clear-cut acetate Young Gun, which means it's pretty much see-through, and the only thing that's outlined is the part that says Young Gun and Swayman, Jeremy Swayman himself. The rest is clear see-through. This is valued at about a raw, which means no grading, no nothing.
It's fresh out the pack.
Fresh out the pack, it's like about $150 to $200 card. If this would have graded a 10, it would have been a $500-$600 card. It graded a 9.5. There really isn't a lot of comps, which means comparisons of which is sold already. I would value this at about a $350 card, maybe. So it's still, for $25 extra, this pretty much almost went up around $200 in value, $200 in value, and it only cost me an extra $25 to upgrade the. And because I pull all these cards that were pulled by me on Collectors Lobbies, YouTube, or TikTok. So it's not that I paid an outrageous price to get these cards. I paid the minimum of the box, and which I pulled this and the Spencer Knight out of the same $100 box. And these together are pretty much around $400 or $500 for a $100 box already in return.
I hate being your friend. No offense, but it'll go to a compliment. I hate being your friend because back in my heyday, cards, all about them. You know,
Yes.
Mo-
Yes.
mostly Yu-Gi-Oh. I gotta be honest. By the way,
Same.
top 32 YCS Long Beach right here
That's
qualifier.
amazing. That's
It is.
amazing.
But uh, also a lot of sports cards, usually football. But then like as we've gotten more into hockey for the past few years, there's times where I'll go to Target and I'll see those Young Gun packs and I'm like, time. Is this the time?
Great, man.
It got so bad that when I drove from Kansas back to California to pick up a car for my fiance. And we're just at the middle of this fucking Walmart in Wyoming, and I see like a pack of Young Gun cards. I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. I also bought that in like Pokemon Celebrations, I think, at the time.
It's exciting. It's a rush, especially if you go for the Series 1, Series 2, which is the annual boxes that have the base rookie crop, which all these but one are from. This is a Quentin Byfield
Woo.
in a 10.
Woo.
These are essentially $4, $5 packs. You buy a box, it's like 100, 120, depending on the box. You're guaranteed 6 rookie cards minimum. Sometimes you pull 7 or 8. And there's 50 rookie cards per set. So there's a 1 in 50 shot to pull the one you want.
Yeah, how's that Trevor Zegras on TikTok going?
So yeah, I'm opening up 1 pack a day to hunt Trevor Zegras. I just uploaded day 36. Still no Trevor Zegras.
I'm telling you, day 58 is the day I'm counting on it. Day 58 is happening.
I hope you're wrong, but I mean, as long as it's not later than that. And then the last one I want to talk about in show is Cole Caulfield, rookie card.
God, it's a good.
Perfect Gen Mint 10.
10, 10, 10, 10.
Just beautiful. This is like about raw is a $60, $70 card. Last sold, these are going for about in a 10 from SGC specifically for about $300. So,
By the way, Miguel, I just checked. Kadri, not signed yet.
not signed yet. Okay. So yeah, I mean it's fun. It's exciting opening up hockey cards, getting autograph cards, rookie cards. Because it's like one, it's exciting, it's fun, it's a good hobby. Erick is holding up a Kale McCarr autograph card, which is very valuable because it's a rookie card at that.
I'm gonna need Kale McCarr to win a couple Norrises, and I can retire. I'm just saying. Come on.
It's exciting. It's a good hobby. It's a fun hobby because it's not just about the money, but it helps when you pull something that is worth money. Like I've sold cards for $300-$400 raw, just without grading them. And if I would have graded them and they would have gotten a high grade, I probably would have gotten more. But I'm just getting to the grading, and
you know what
it's exciting. It's fun.
You know what I've been looking at a lot recently?
Yes. What?
I just want to get like every Trevor Moore card that I possibly can.
And that's the other thing, because like for me, I try to get every Golden Knights card I can get. I don't sell. I have never sold any Golden Knights cards.
So many, considering you keep trading everybody away.
I know, but
is there a Young Guns of Vegas Nick Suzuki? No, right?
No, because it's the Young Gun goes. They don't get a card until they play a second in the NHL regular season, or play right? Or playoffs or playoff. But
preseason, right?
Very few players ever premiere in the playoffs.
What is the best Young Gun Vegas card?
Ooh, there isn't a valuable one. Just isn't.
Thanks a lot, Kelly McCrimmon, for not letting Miguel profit off his love.
The most expensive, off the top of my head, it's got to be between Peyton Krebs and Alex Tuck.
Alex Tuck was in Minnesota, though, right? That'd be his Young Guns.
But I don't know why. Sometimes it happens this way. I don't know if he didn't play for Minnesota, but his Young Guns is in a Golden Knights uniform.
Oh, I gotta look it up. I gotta see if Alex Tuck played in Minnesota. You also got a Shea Theodore Young Guns, right? When he was with the Ducks.
Yeah, but I have both those cards, but it's in the Anaheim uniform. I still need to get the William Karlsson ones, but those are in Blue Jacket uniforms.
Mm-hmm. Alex Tuck played 6 games for Minnesota. So I don't know.
So sometimes
tell
what
you.
happens is even if they play just one game, they don't, or in this case 6 games, they don't always make the cut because it's only 50, and then they get pushed back to the next year. And if he was already a Golden Knight the next year, then that's probably why he got a Golden Knights one.
That makes sense because Byfield played 2 years ago technically, but like didn't
Exactly, but he didn't get one until this year.
Mm-hmm. God, gotta love Quinn. All right, Miguel.
Because the real
What?
quick,
What's the hold on? What's the next? What's the next big like card release that you know?
it's up in the air because of COVID. The card market hasn't stabilized in a sense of they're having issues with printing. Like they're not able to print the cards in time. They're not able to get all the players' autographs for the sets in time. So it's just tough. But right now, because there's currently, and I threw out the exclamation marks, 3 sets of hockey cards coming out on August 10th. That's not going to happen. A company, Upper Deck, is not releasing 3 products in one day. I'm just hoping we get one of the 3. So it's hard to say that this is the next one because we don't know. But more likely than not, it seems like it's going to be clear cut, which is a great product. It's one single card per box. And it's in that, like the Jeremy Swayman, it's clear cut, it's see-through card, but it's autographed, and it comes in case, in this cool case by Upper Deck with Upper Deck sticker, and it's sealed. You get one card. These boxes are usually about $100, $120, and you get one single card, and it's autographed. And the thing ranges from you can pull like today's crops, like it should theoretically have because it's last year's set, because that's how backed up it is. It should have came out over a year ago.
God
But
damn.
it's barely going to come out exactly. Like the big rookie cards you want to get out of there, the Kirill Kaprizov, the Alexis Lafreniere card, and then always some of the biggest chases is you can always pull a Connor McDavid autograph. You can always pull Austin Matthew autograph. You can pull Wayne Gretzky autographs. Like the variety that you can, it's like $120, $150. You can literally pull a $5 card, even though it's autographed. If it's a player no one cares about, it's a player that no one collects, it doesn't go much despite it being autographed. Like I literally have autograph cards that are worth 99 cents.
50 Alex Belzile cards.
Like Alex Bazile autograph cards go for probably like $2. But I literally have 99-cent, like this goalie for Toronto that didn't play that long. I forgot. Pulled his rookie autograph card. It's a 99-cent card. Like no one wants it. No one cares. His mom doesn't want it. Or you can pull cards that are worth over $1,000. Like last set, which came out 2.5, 3 years ago, almost 2 years ago. That was the year where Nick Suzuki rookie card, and a Nick Suzuki Young Guns acetate number 215 autograph sold for, I believe, like $1,600 at the time. I remember $1,600 for Nick Suzuki. So imagine, and I'm sure they're going to do the same. We're going to get that version of card, because they tend to do those sets too over and over with the new rookie crop. A Kirill Kaprizov, who right now, if you pull his Future Watch autograph card that is numbered to 999, that is $1,000 card. So now imagine one number to 15, Eric.
I'm about to say, we gotta have you. That's gotta be the next hunt after Trevor Zegras Young Gun. We gotta hunt down Kirill Kaprizov or Connor McDavid.
I mean, I guess the spoilers for anyone listening to this. When I finish the Trevor Zegras hunt, which is not over, and we'll see when it's over.
Is this a Pacific Revision exclusive?
This is a Pacific Revision exclusive.
Wow.
So I don't have a Kirill Kaprizov rookie card. A Kirill Kaprizov rookie card sells for, and this is a base rookie card. Like a lot of people have this rookie card. Sells for like $180, $150 US dollars. Can you believe that?
Oh, that's a fucking lot of money for a base card.
for a base rookie card that there's hundreds of these and not thousands of these. So I've contemplated, like, I don't have a Kirill Kaprizov. I'm like, should that be my next big hunt?
You know what?
The problem is,
I think it should be.
those boxes go for about $130, $150 right now.
Mm-hmm. So you can either buy a box or just buy a Kirill Kaprizov.
Yeah, but again, this is my thing. One, I hate the word, but like, I'm a content creator now. Like, I hate to say it. It sounds. I know. I'm sorry. Like, I smell my own farts. I know, but
Mr. Couple thousand views on TikTok and YouTube, and all of a sudden he's a content creator.
I mean, I'm closing in on 600 followers on TikTok, but in about a month, 36 days, 35 days.
Congratulations.
Yes, I could just pay the $180, get myself a Kirill Kaprizov card, and I'm set. I set on that. As long as he can get out of Russia, that card will only go up in value because clearly this kid is a real deal. Real deal, Kirill. You know what I mean? It's no longer, he just had one good season. He's had 2 great seasons. He is clearly that good. And so it's just the only question is, like, can he get out of Russia? You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be funny. If he doesn't play another game in the NHL, his value will not go up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you could have the single greatest season of all time. If the rest of your career was ass, no one wants your card. Like, it's all about consistency. You know what I mean? Like, the top players' value cards are your Austin Matthews, your Connor McDavid's. Because not only do you have to be good, you have to be exciting.
You know, I've been thinking about, like,
Ovechkin,
recently,
Crosby. You know what I mean?
So I have primarily King stuff, but I've been thinking about, like, getting stuff autographed by, like, other players and just collecting them and doing something.
I will say this, like hockey cards in general, they can be good investments. Me buying boxes of this stuff is not a good investment.
No, I just like opening shit, Miguel. That's my problem.
And that's the thing. I just love opening shit. And like I said, I'm a content creator, so I release weekly videos on YouTube and I release daily videos on TikTok. Although once I find Zegras, spoiler alert, I'm probably going to go away from the daily content. I won't go one a week, but it won't be daily because it's expensive.
By the way, do you want me to add, like, a lower third for you that says content creator?
Please. So yeah, like I said, I can eat for the same price of a box, or for a few bucks more, I can buy a Kirill Kaprizov. I could.
Yeah.
But there's no fun in that. Like, I want to physically pull these cards myself. The excitement I get, you see me pull big cards, how excited I get, and that's genuine. Like, I'm not faking it.
I get excited for you.
It's not like, remember when I pulled the Cole Caulfield, like, I was losing my mind. Like, just because and not that I'm a Caulfield fan, but the kid is good. Hopefully he's able to keep it up and be better so these cards can be more valued.
My favorite
thing, it's exciting to pull the hardest card to pull. You know what I mean?
My favorite thing about you is how pessimistic you are up until the last pack. The last pack, you're always just so enthusiastic. Like, all right, this will be the one. This is it. But
I mean, like, it's a bad box. I got nothing.
Yeah.
And I get the last pack.
You're like, all right.
Last pack magic. This right here is gonna have the one. I know.
It's hilarious.
But I'm genuine. I'm genuine in my collector's lobby. If you know me in real life, and you do, how I am on collector, I may turn it up a little bit, but I'm not like other YouTubers who go over the top, and that's clearly not who they are. Like, you see a collector's lobby, who you hear and see in Pacific Vision. That is me, is it not, Eric?
Yeah. Just look, and also Miguel. By the way, putting it out there, like, I want to. There's a lot of goals in life I had. You know, I forced my way onto Aaron Seeney's and Mel Felker's podcast. Gave me 20. Go listen to that. I was great on it. You know, I want to force my way into other things. Like, I would love to be on, like, All the Kings Men, a couple Kings podcasts that I have my eyes on. My other goal, though, I'm not a content creator, but my other goal is get myself into the lobby.
So funny thing, and
look, no, but
we recorded a video.
But I want to be in that room that, like, there's like zero space in.
There's zero space. Absolutely, he's not lying.
I may get crushed by Funko Pops and other collectibles.
Well, as you see, this is no longer filled with Funko Pops because
Congratulations.
donated and sold a good chunk already of my collection, and gonna continue to do that. But yes, if all things all things go well, you will be in this room this year.
Hopefully.
Opening up some hockey cards.
Or if we go to the season opener, October 11th, Kings Knights in Staples Center.
Regardless, next time we meet, Eric, we will open a box of hockey cards.
Can't wait.
And you will be on the collector's lobby. Because we did open up a box of Yu-Gi-Oh! But when I lost it back,
we did it half drunk on your phone. Like the same week that we decided to start this.
Yeah, and it wasn't great. So I was like, I really want Eric on the lobby, but it's not a great video. Like there's a lot of videos I record and don't get uploaded and will never get uploaded.
We are all about
boring.
Quality.
They're not good.
Look, we're a lot like Dustin Brown's career. All right, we're consistent. We're sneaky good, and people don't appreciate us. All right, fuck you, Canada. Fucking appreciate Dustin Brown, you bastards. God damn it. God damn it.
Game over Montreal. Appreciate Dustin Brown and Eric.
Yes, and the rest of Canada. All right. Now, how about we appreciate wrapping this up, Miguel? Because I feel like we've been going a while.
It has been going way too long. So, for those who listening, I am Miguel. You can find me all over the internet on Miguel Kicks or Collectors Lobby on TikTok and YouTube. Make sure you follow that. Eric, where can the people find you?
Find me at _ Erick Oriana. That's _ ERICKORELLANA. If you can, leave a like, subscribe to this YouTube channel if it's on there. 5-star the podcast. Remember, 4 stars. Miguel's over. This podcast.
That is true. And
all
I'm checking,
dreams,
guys.
All our dreams. And I have nothing to live for.
I constantly check.
You know what? Give it 5.
I constantly check.
Give it 5 because I survived COVID. You know what I mean?
That's true. And I survived COVID a month ago. The end of May, beginning of June.
If you don't give this podcast 5 stars, COVID wins.
That's true.
Say that. We have merch, Bonfire, Search Pacific Revision. We got cool hats, cool shirts.
Which I need to buy a new hat. I lost my hat. I don't know where I left it. I don't know where it's at. I cannot find it. My hat feels naked without that hat.
Maybe you accidentally donated it along with your Funko Pops.
I definitely didn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if I left it at someone's house or at a restaurant because I have the tendency to take my hat off, put it in the chair next to me, and then forget it. I've lost hats that way.
Look, it's dangerous. Our merch is that good quality that people will try to steal it from you. So just be advised.
100%.
So Miguel,
I would steal my merch from you.
Thank you.
So be
Miguel
careful around
sent
me.
this home.
For those listening and watching still, thank you so much. We honestly really do appreciate every single one of you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
Goodbye.